Elon Musk is promoting a new invention that looks a lot like you and me. You're looking at his plans for a humanoid robot called TeslaBot.
Now we take a look to the future. Tesla CEO Elon Musk announced he's building a humanoid robot.
Not sure if you caught this amazing news, but Elon Musk has come up with a brilliant new idea. It's a device meant for doing the work of a human. It's called a robot.
Good morning, plastic people.
Good morning, Mr. Pincus.
I think the danger of AI is much greater than the danger of nuclear warheads by a lot.
And it's intended to be friendly, of course.
And nobody would suggest that we allow anyone to just build nuclear warheads if they want. That would be insane. And mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes.
And navigate through a world built for humans and eliminate dangerous, repetitive, and boring tasks.
That Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with.
We're setting it such that it is, at a mechanical level, at a physical level, you can run away from it.
It doesn't feel pity or remorse.
And that looks a lot like you and me.
And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead. Nobody even knew who started it. It was the machines there.
and most likely overpower it.
Yes, Elon Musk, AI, the most incredibly dangerous thing out there. And also, I can't see any problems with our only safety measure being, you can probably outrun it. Because everyone knows that humans are the top predator on the planet because, of course, they can outrun everything. Yeah, thank God they can't run quick. Otherwise, they might be dangerous.
Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes.
I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI. So I guess we probably should make it. And if we don't, someone else will. And so I guess we should make it. This was futile. I tried for years.
The biggest issue I see with so-called AI experts is that they think they know more than they do. And they think they're smarter than they actually are.
You're looking at his plans for a humanoid robot called TeslaBot. Musk expects a prototype to be ready by next year.
Okay, so it looks like the robot apocalypse is set for next year. Let's see what amazing technology Tesla have to showcase for us. I'm sure you can imagine their prototype is just going to blow us away with it. It's amazing. Oh, and it's a mime dancing in spandex. I seriously thought this was a spoof when I first saw it. I mean, how can you seriously try to convince people that you're a serious robotics company when the best technology that you've got to premiere is a guy in spandex? But no, Elon Musk is sat right next to him on stage. And many people are convinced by this that this makes him a genius who is going to invent humanoid robots next year. I also wondered why Musk was bothering to do this at all, in that he already has a bunch of mindless Tesla bots that agree with everything he does and uncritically repeat everything he says, all without the slightest hint of sentient intelligence.
It's going to be this 5'8" robot, about 125 pounds. It's going to only move 5 miles an hour, so it's like slower than a human. So don't worry, it's not going to be able to you can chase it or run away from it and beat it up. They try to make that so it's not too scary black.
So making this robot that's kind of like generally a white color, very friendly looking, kind of soft looking, even though it's going to be made out of obviously hard plastics and stuff, they've rounded the corners to make it look, generally soft.
Dude, the nearest thing they had to robot technology there was spandex, man. I saw more convincing robots than this on TV when I was a kid.
It very nearly worked, too. They've made a perfect replica. This is the best robotic engineering I've ever seen.
I never had a moment's doubt that she was Avalon.
That he says will do dangerous, repetitive, and boring tasks for us. And if you're worried about a robot apocalypse, Musk assures us that his creation will be friendly.
Well, yeah, it's a mime in spandex. Of course it's going to be friendly. And I just sat there gobsmacked. that you have news organizations, real news organizations, comparing dancing spandex man here and a few CGI renderings that exist nowhere outside of a computer to a real robotics company producing real working robots.
The Tesla bot has some stiff competition in the humanoid robot department. Boston Dynamics Atlas robot debuted in 2013, and on Wednesday we showed you a video of that robot nailing an obstacle course.
So what exactly is it that makes Elon Musk think that he can build artificial human in about a year?
If you think about what we're doing right now with the cars, Tesla is arguably the world's biggest robotics company because our cars are like semi-sentient robots on wheels.
What? Tesla Autopilot makes them semi-sentient robots. Well, hell, at that point, I don't need your dancing spandex robot. I've already got a semi-sentient robot housekeeper.
Oh, robot vacuum cleaner versus stairs. Let's see if it's got a sense of self-preservation. What? What? It didn't jump. No. What? Jump, you... That can't be right. My robot vacuum cleaner's got a sense of self-preservation. It's a semi-sentient robot. And for those thinking, that's just a fluke, let's see how it handles a step. And it's like... No. It's a semi-sentient robot with a sense of self-preservation. That's amazing.
Because our cars are like semi-sentient robots on wheels.
I think what he's talking about is Tesla full self-driving, which rather than being full self-driving is actually glorified cruise control. As Tesla themselves put it with their latest release of Full Self-Driving 9 Beta, which at all points requires the full attention of the driver as it may do the wrong thing at the worst time. Engage Tesla Full Self-Driving.
You are experiencing a car accident.
With Tesla themselves telling the Californian regulator that their full self-driving will always be a hands-on system. Let's think. What's the worst possible place you could put this glitchy full self-driving?
And with the full self-driving computer, essentially the inference engine on the car, it kind of makes sense to put that onto a humanoid form.
Yeah, in reality, Tesla's full self-driving is more like level 2 self-driving, which is more closer to glorified cruise control than it is to a fully self-driving car. With basically every regulator who expressed an opinion slamming Tesla for its misleading advertising. With the American regulatory body criticizing Tesla for failing to foresee and prevent the predictable abuse of their Autopilot. With the consumer watchdog saying it was dangerously misleading and deceptive, giving consumers the false impression that their vehicles were self-driving or autonomous. With UK safety experts calling Tesla's Autopilot especially misleading. Yet the only equivalent I can think of that would be this deceptive would be like IKEA calling its flat pack furniture fully self-assembling furniture. Anyway, Musk was telling us about his glorified cruise control.
It kind of makes sense to put that onto a humanoid form.
What? You have a jumped up cruise control where the only outputs are faster, slower, left, and right. And you think this will go well to run a robot?
Are you familiar with the old robot saying, does not compute?
And we're also quite good at sensors and batteries and actuators.
Yeah, I'm sure no one else in the entire world knows how to use batteries, sensors, and actuators, which why Elon alone was unique in being able to present this amazing feat of robotics to us.
We're trying to be as literal as possible. Can it do boring, dangerous, repetitive jobs that people don't want to do?
Well, I've got good news for you, Elon. Turns out that robots have actually been around for some time now, and they can already do boring, repetitive tasks that people don't want to do, and a lot of the time can do it much better than humans could. So why do you need this human form factor again? And I'm sure these were points that were picked up by the ever-diligent mainstream news media. Daily Beast, Elon Musk unveils friendly Tesla humanoid robot. Fox News, Elon Musk introduces humanoid robot prototype. Newsweek, Tesla is developing a humanoid robot powered by artificial intelligence. News, Elon Musk says Tesla will produce a humanoid robot. Tesla's latest new scientist. Tesla is building an AI. Washington Post says developing a humanoid robot that will perform menial tasks and won't fight back. Yeah, just like the mainstream news media. Then, of course, there's the basic question of economics, which I'm sure Elon Musk will have thought through in intricate detail.
I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the short to medium-term economics of the bot. I guess I understand the long-term vision of replacing physical labor, but I also think repetitive, dangerous, and boring tasks tend to not be so highly compensated. And so I just don't see how to reproduce the, start with a supercar and then break into like the lower end of the market. How do you do that for a robot humanoid?
Well, I guess you'll just have to see.
I mean, the Autopilot that he's meant to be installing on these things, he claimed would have 1 million operational robo-taxis by the end of 2020.
Elon Musk out with a bold promise yesterday. He said there would be 1 million Tesla robo-taxis, on the road next year.
And we expect to have the first operating robo-taxis next year with no one in them next year.
And way back in 2019, they had a video of it all working seamlessly. It just worked. I mean, couldn't possibly be that this was all staged or faked or something. I mean, are there any other explanations how they had what was apparently level 5 self-driving in April of 2019, but don't have anything that can get past level 2 self-driving in August of 2021?
So what's the reaction of the analysts who were in the room out in California for this event? Cowen out today with a note saying the Tesla network robotaxi plans seemed half-baked, with the company appearing to either not have answers to or not even considered pretty basic questions.
The fundamental message that consumers should be taking today is that it's financially insane to buy anything other than a Tesla.
That's a common swindler's trick.
Yeah, these are the levels of overpromise and underdeliver that are the absolute hallmarks of the Vaporware salesman, of Techno Ponzi Rocket Jesus. I mean, really, he claimed that these fully autonomous robo-taxis would make you $30,000 per year on a $30,000 cash purchase of a Tesla.
If you say, what would be the probable gross profit from a single robo-taxi? We think probably something on the order of $30,000 per year.
And if you're thinking 100% return on investment in the first year and every other year, that sounds way too good to be true. Yes, of course it is. No one in the investment world could possibly take such a claim seriously. 5% return, yeah, that's pretty good. 100%, and you know with absolute certainty that you're dealing with a con man who will lie to your face without the slightest hint of shame or remorse.
Is that it's financially insane to buy anything other than a Tesla.
So you want to sell me magic beans?
Look, seriously, plagiarizing the plot from a 30-year-old Star Trek The Next Generation episode doesn't make you a great thinker.
This, I think, will be quite profound, because if you say, like, what is the economy? It is, at the foundation, it is labor. So what happens when there is, no shortage of labor?
How many more? As many as are needed. There is no limit. And to what end? To use them as effective units on Federation ships.
I mean, hell, there are even quotes from Nikola Tesla, they go back some 100 or so years, about the work that was done by slaves will in the future be done by robots. And hell, even that wasn't a new concept. The very word robot is derived from a Czech word, which basically means the work done by a serf. But hey, let's be fair. Let's judge Elon Musk's claims that he's going to use a car company's technology with a cruise control plus and his knowledge of motors and batteries to make something in a completely different field to similar claims he's made in the past.
Billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk has a method to save the Thai youth soccer team trapped in a cave. It involves a kid-sized submarine. This is a tube made from SpaceX rocket parts.
Yeah, this was literally dead in the water. His proposed mini-sub geometrically couldn't go through the cavern to get to the kids. And exactly what rocket technology was in this? A metal tube? But it did get him lots of free publicity.
Elon Musk is using rocket technology to build tunnels, and he hopes this test site here in Los Angeles paves the way for a much bigger transit system all across the country.
Oh, and using rocket technology to dig tunnels turned out to be a joke, transforming the promises of fast underground transport into this. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Tesla's full self-driving can't even function in his own tunnels. And of course, if you're wondering how many times trains have hit the walls of the underground, that's something that Elon Musk's Loop passengers have to worry about.
Has anybody brushed a wall yet?
Yeah, there've been a couple people that have.
Well, good. Knock on wood, right? It just seems so close. It's kind of crazy.
Although now the drivers have been banned from discussing crashes and must tell passengers how awesome, supportive and inspiring Elon Musk is. Or how about making ventilators for the coronavirus pandemic, where he was going to use his Tesla expertise to manufacture ventilators. And it wasn't, of course, just going to be a promotional gimmick for Tesla.
Hey guys, a lot of stuff going on around with the coronavirus. So this is Tesla Engineering. We're trying to make some ventilators out of some car parts so that we can help out the medical industry without taking away.
Tesla car parts.
Tesla ventilator.
Model 3 centered the Model 3, Model 3. Tesla vehicle parts.
No, in the end they made no ventilators, and Elon Musk ended up supplying BPAP machines instead of ventilators. And if you're wondering what the difference is, real ventilators cost about 100 times the price. Basically, Musk did the medical equivalent of promising defibrillators for a disaster and ended up delivering a 12-pack of AA batteries, all using Tesla's amazing expertise base of batteries, of actuators, and of artificial intelligence. Theranos was Vaporware. I mean, sure, it was all amazing, disruptive techno promises that, if true, would be worth billions.
Company that she started at 19 is valued at $9 billion. You own over 50% of it, right? Congratulations on that.
But when people finally found out that there was nothing there except empty promises, the company collapsed.
Forbes magazine has downgraded the net worth of Elizabeth Holmes from $4.5 billion to nothing.
If Theranos was murder, Musk is a serial killer. It's just Vaporware promise after Vaporware promise, year after year. The Hyperloop, site-to-site rocket transport, flying cars, supersonic electric jets, tube travel, solar roofs, money-printing robo-taxis, and the press love it. It's grandiose promises that give them easy clickbait headlines. And then they just quietly forget that he never delivers on any of it. And he is lazier and lazier. Hell, at least at the release of the Tesla Semi, they had something that looked credibly like a truck. I mean, sure, they had no evidence that it would do anything that he said on the spec sheet or anything.
And that's I think, really quite profound.
This, I think, will be quite profound because if
we're confident that this is a product that is better in every way from a feature standpoint, that wins on economics against diesel trucks in a worst-case scenario, and that defeats rail in a convoy scenario.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
And production begins 2019. So if you order now, get the truck in 2 years.
And of course, it goes without saying that now, years after the promised delivery date, there's still no sign of anything that looks even remotely like a product. But here, this is just pathetic.
This is something that we are confident we can do today 10 times safer than a human driver. So I want to be clear, this is something we can do now.
I'm a comment, or maybe I'm a god, zooming around the planet in my hyperlooping pod.
Yeah, I'm calling it now. 1 year hence, any of these robots will be able to rival anything the Tesla bot can do. And that's today's video. If you enjoyed it, drop a thumbs up on it, share it with a friend. If you like this, check out the other videos, busting the Elon Musk stuff. Subscribe if you're into this sort of thing. And as ever, if you really like the work of this channel and want to support it directly, you can do it through Patreon. And thanks for watching.